My husband and I have lived in Pembroke for over 15 years now. We loved it when we first moved here, and it just keeps getting better. So much good news comes out of Pembroke. We've created exceptional schools, award-winning businesses, wonderful parks, libraries, and historical buildings, and important services like the Pembroke Emergency Management Agency. And hey, we have Tiny & Sons. But what I love most is the pride we share in our beautiful town. And pride is contagious. The more I see our citizens joining together to improve our town, the more I'm inspired to be a part of it. I look forward to rejoining the Board of Health to keep residents safe from disease. A very real danger is Lyme disease. We need to do more to prevent, identify, and treat this serious threat. I'll ensure Pembroke joins the multi-town consortium created by Lyme disease expert Dr. Thomas Mather. The addiction epidemic is a tragedy. There's no stereotypical drug addict. Painkillers are overprescribed, way too accessible, and lead to addictions anyone can succumb to. Maybe it's sunk its evil teeth into someone you love, or maybe even you. I'll do everything I can to prevent this monster from getting a grip on any more Pembroke families. Inpatient treatment is crucial for recovery. We should never underestimate the pain of withdrawing from these horrible drugs, and I'll use all available resources to find more places to accommodate real healing. I'll work with Board of Health member Donna Bagney, the Pembroke Titans Against Drugs, and the school committee to spread opiate abuse awareness. The Plymouth County Drug Abuse Task Force is hosting a conference on the opioid crisis May 17th. Parents, teachers, coaches, and many others can learn how to better recognize the warning signs and stop it in its tracks. I'll encourage more workshops like this. Once the physical aspect of withdrawal subsides, a lifelong battle begins. More counselors and support groups will help people stay clean for the long run. Knowing you're not alone in your struggle is key to success. I'm confident that Pembroke has the compassion to care for those suffering from addiction, and together we'll create strategies to face this problem. A precious resource is our waterways. I'll continue to keep them clean and safe. Did you know a century ago Brockton gained rights to drain water from Silver Lake? I'll work with the Plymouth County Water Commission and the City of Brockton to revisit this agreement and lessen the negative impact on Pembroke. I'll apply for CPC grants and continue to improve our public beaches. Play equipment, water bubblers, beaches, and picnic tables benefit everyone in town. I encourage everyone to enjoy our ponds using public access areas. At the Taste of Pembroke, I met a woman who owns a pizza shop here. She told me that her experience with town officials and the health agent was such a positive one that she's considering making her home as well as her business in Pembroke. And I was so proud to hear that. Now, I don't expect you to remember my last name, Citranovsky, and I sure won't ever ask you to spell it. But please, when you vote for the Board of Health, just remember, I'm with Liz. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gail McSweeney. I'm appearing before you today to ask for your vote in 3 weeks for a seat on the Board of Health. From 2007 until 2010, I had the pleasure of working as your principal clerk in the Board of Health. My position was funded through the trash and recycling accounts. Halfway through the fiscal year of 2010, the residents received an increase of $30 in their bill to finance my position. However, this was not enough to sustain the account, and my position as principal clerk was eliminated in March of 2010. This was one of the many changes in the board. Wilson Whitaker, a longtime and devoted board member of over 20 years, left the board to join his wife in Lakeville. In June of 2009, Lisa Cullity, then clerk of the Board of Health, nominated my opponent, appearing in front of the selectmen on June 9, 2009, for Ms. Citronowski to replace Wilson Whitaker as member of the board. Another big change to the office was when our prior health agent, Frederick Leary, became ill in 2009. He was terminated from the Board of Health in October of 2010 after serving the town for over 15 years as our health agent and many other years of service prior as an active presence in our recycling center. It has come to my attention that currently the Board of Health has lost sight of certain duties the board must perform. I would like to speak to you specifically about private well records. For the past 2 years, these records have been unable to the public or town employees. This is a major safety issue that needs to be addressed. Without being able to check the location, distance of septic or well to be installed or already existing, cross-contamination is a very real danger. Last year, I had the pleasure to speak with the chair, Donna Bagney, about the inability to retrieve the well records. Donna stated to me that the board had never changed its policies and was unaware they were unable to retrieve these records. With the changes to the Board of Health office and no guidelines for the board to follow, our current health agent, Lisa Cullity, has had the burden of guiding the board. However, this is not how the Board of Health is intended to be ran. The board members are to oversee the financial spending, the state and the town laws are being implemented as they should be, in the oversight of the office staff. In closing, I strongly believe, based on my experience in the board, that there needs to be a set of guidelines that dictate both normal and situational operations of the board. And without these guidelines, the board cannot carry on its duty to the residents of the town. I urge you to please vote May 14th, and thank you for your time.
Hello, Pembroke. My name is Thomas Driscoll. I've chosen to run for Department of Public Works Commissioner of Pembroke. Here's some information about me. I'm 36 years old. I've lived in Pembroke for 9 years. I'm married with 2 children. We decided to make Pembroke our home. We have raised 2 beautiful children here, and I currently serve on the Board of Health for the past 7 years. During that time, I've also served as interim health agent when the board did not have one, at no expense to the taxpayer. I did it on volunteer. I'm also served on the recycle committee for 3 years, and I was part of the team that brought you curbside recycling. As well as being on the Board of Health, I am also a member of the Recreation Committee for the past 3 years. I also served in the Army and Air National Guard for the past 9 years. Since 1999, I've been a member of Local 7 Iron Workers, a job that I truly love. So why am I running for DPW Commissioner? To me, it's pretty simple. I see a commission that for the past 6 years has not done anything to make itself a people-friendly board. Whether it is not having televised meetings or having the majority of the DPW meetings at windswept bogs rather than at accessible town hall. If elected, I would advocate to have the DPW meetings televised, as well as have them at Town Hall. Since Commissioner Paul Whitman has joined the DPW Commissioners, there have been no significant monies requested from Pembroke for its roads. In 6 years, they've went in front of the selectmen to request money twice. Most recently was January 2016. They finally broached the subject of getting a line item in the agenda. Pembroke has 110 miles of roads. It's unacceptable to me that Commissioner Whitman has been a commissioner for 6 years and hasn't had the foresight to see that our roads need a constant source of money. Having worked with various boards in town, I think I know how to communicate with most all boards, and I would be there to tirelessly advocate keeping Pembroke's roads up to date and in healthy condition. On Saturday, May 14th, 2016, I would ask you for your vote. Me, Thomas Driscoll. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Paul Whitman. I am running for re-election for the D.P.W. Commissioner. I have lived in the town of Pembroke with my wife Mary and our 2 daughters since 1992. I enjoy serving the town of Pembroke, and I have been a D.P.W. Commissioner for the last 6 years. I have also served on the Community Preservation Committee appointed by the D.P.W. for the last 6 years. And I have been on the planning board for the last 18 years. As a D.P.W. Commissioner, I have been at the forefront of securing the necessary funding to upgrade our aging equipment. I have worked hard to bring forward the problems with our roads, both accepted and unaccepted, and plans on how to make all roads safe. Our current funding from Chapter 90 and the general fund is not adequate to take care of the 91 miles of accepted roads and the 15 miles of unaccepted roads. My goal is to secure additional funding from the general fund, where approximately $1.5 million is deposited annually from automobile excise tax revenue. After 15 years of planning, this year we bring the Route 14 project, which will add sidewalks, drains, and widen the road. This will take 3 to 3.5 years to complete. We are also in design for Route 36 improvements from the center of town to Route 27. We have made improvements in the water department with well cleaning and solar circulators in the water towers. We have made cost-saving improvements to keep water rates steady. I have worked on the Community Preservation Committee to help get funding for our cemeteries. With that funding, the DPW has been able to clean, restore headstones, which allows to save some of our town's history. This work would not be possible without funds from the taxpayer. It is my goal to make sure that the DPW is always ready to support the needs of all taxpayers in the town. That is why it is my responsibility to make sure that our department always has the necessary tools they need, because as a taxpayer myself, I do not want to hear excuses. At this time, I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen, and would very much appreciate your support and your vote on May 14th. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Burt, and I am your Pembroke Selectman. I'm an independent, which means that I'm not affiliated with any political party. I'm a hardworking, self-employed businesswoman. I also have a legal background as well. I live in Pembroke with my husband, Rich, and our 2 children, Courtney and Kyle. We actually live in the house that I grew up in. We purchased it from my parents, Thomas and Diane Coyne. My children are 4th-generation Pembroke residents, and I have a long and proud history of community involvement in this town. I want to continue to work hard as your Pembroke Selectman, so I'm requesting that you please re-elect me on May 14th so that I can continue to serve this town with passion. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Matthew Furlong. I am a Pembroke native with a broader vision for this town. I love this town. It is my home. Yet I know that Town Hall could be serving the people better. Although I am young, I have experience working in the State House and as an accountant. Additionally, I will be receiving a degree in International Business Management from UMass Boston in May, where I was the founder and president of the Entrepreneurship Club for over 2 years. I am dissatisfied with the tax increases in the past few years and eagerly await the chance to sacrifice my salary, if elected, to serve the people of Pembroke and to create a reserve fund. I will work to maintain tax levels by better utilizing our town's resources, such as the town green and Little Sandy Pond. I will focus on the quality of education by utilizing school land for a gardening space in which children will be able to plant crops, learn lessons in self-reliance, and to help fight obesity and diabetes. I will implement an innovation club in the high school. Thus, students can learn about different career paths and hear from professionals in the working world. Ultimately, I will work hard to make this town the best it can be, because after all, Pembroke is my home too. If you have any questions about my goals for this town, I would be happy to speak with you. Thank you, and I look forward to your vote on May 14th.